Hi everyone and welcome back to Sonya's Prep. In this week's video, I wanted to share again this amazing treat with you of my apple rosettes with Lotus biscoff drizzled all over it. It is absolutely delicious, stunning, such a great presentation for Rosh Hashanah. So let's get into the recipe and I'll show you just how I make these gorgeous treats. I start off by getting a bowl and filling it up with some water and squeezing in about half of a lemon into it. You could put in a whole lemon. It's just there to prevent the apples from browning. I then take a red apple because I like the way that it looks when I roll it up. I cut it into fours and leaving the core in the middle inside. And I take out all the seeds. And then I slice them very, very thinly using this mandolin slicer. If you like, I do have this linked in the description box, but you can totally do this by hand. Just make sure that it's thin enough and pliable so that it does not break as you are rolling. And as I am slicing each half up, I'm quickly dropping them into the water with the lemon so that it does not brown. Once all of the apples have been sliced up, I use these mini puff pastry squares and I put them on the counter to thaw. In the meantime, I take the apples, I place them into the microwave in the water in 30-second increments just to make them a little bit soft so that it's easy to work with. Now that the puff pastry is thawed out, I take two of them, combine them by the seam and use a rolling pin and just close off the seam. And I ever so slightly roll it out and cut it in half lengthwise. Just to give myself a little bit more room to work, I separate each half and then I take the Lotus biscoff. I take about a teaspoon of it and smear it all over the puff pastry. Next, I apply the sliced apples with the skin side up and a ladder formation so that when you roll it up, it mimics a rosette. And I only do it on half of the puff pastry. So the other half, I just close it up like an envelope and then I roll everything up. And I will show you again just how I did this. So again, I place the apples skin side out and the cut edge is on the inside. I make sure to only do it halfway through the width of the puff pastry and the other half of it, I do fold that right over and then I roll the entire thing up and it mimics a gorgeous rosette. How cute does this look? This recipe was inspired by Anna's Heavenly Desserts on Instagram. There are tons of ways of making this. You can do it with chocolate filling, you can do it with peanut butter, caramel. This is just the most delicious way that I found with the Lotus biscoff cream. I place them all into a muffin tin and then I bake it in a 375-degree oven for about 40 minutes. Here they are, all nice and baked. I do let them completely cool off, and while they're cooling, I went into my garden and just took out a little bit of the mint leaves, and I'm just going to be using it as decorations to mimic an actual rose. Now that they are all cooled off, I take my Lotus biscoff, I pop it into the microwave for about 30 seconds until it's nice and runny. And I'm in the meantime going to be placing in some confectioner sugar right over the top of each rose. It just makes a very nice definition to each rose layer and it just makes everything pop. Once the confectioner sugar has been applied to each rose, I'm going to be taking that Lotus biscoff cream that I have popped into the microwave and made it a little bit more runny, and I'm going to be drizzling that all over the amazingly delicious roses. Guys, this is such a good showstopper. Like, it's such a good way of presenting your desserts on Rosh Hashanah and even just year-round. It's a nice statement piece. A lot of you really enjoyed this recipe last year when I released it. I hope you guys enjoyed this year as well. If you make it this year, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I want to see your creations. I want to see how you made these. I'm so excited to see all of you make it. The next few videos on my channel are going to be all about Rosh Hashanah, so make sure that you are subscribed to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you are made aware of all of my videos that will be coming out. Happy Rosh Hashanah from my family to yours.